You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about Caitlin Clark and the continued backlash surrounding her Team USA Olympic snub. And we've got comments from the New York Liberty coach that make absolutely no sense whatsoever. Now, let's just start with one thing, and I want you to keep this in mind as we go into her comments. The New York Liberty, during that first game against Caitlin Clark in New York, set a WNBA record for the most money for an attended basketball game in the WNBA. That Caitlin Clark game made over $2 million alone. Okay? So that in itself pretty much blows Sandy Brondello's statement out of the water and makes it utterly absurd. The other thing is, honestly, television ratings. You can see it in the numbers. Caitlin Clark is drawing roughly 3 times the amount of viewers for every WNBA game versus every other WNBA game that she's not involved with. And today, a lot of fans are asking, well, you put Chelsea Gray on this team. She has been out-hurt all season. Not to mention Brittany Griner, who's played 1 game. But there's a lot of questions. I did the video earlier, the DEI committee, as I called it, the DEI squad that made the choice to leave her out of this Olympics. But maybe it's thinking like this Liberty coach's thought process that led to this. She could not be more wrong. And evidently there is an inflated sense of this sports popularity that these coaches and players have, and they're lost. Like it's a joke. In fact, I'm seeing, and we'll get to some reactions from these comments that this coach made, this Liberty head coach made, but people are talking boycott of the Olympics over this. So not only are you not getting all the new viewers, you're getting people that are talking about carrying this over into other Olympic events. The entire Olympics is on notice now. Okay? So here we go. New York Post, with the blend of criticism and support following USA Basketball's decision to leave Fever star Caitlin Clark off the women's national team for the 2024 Paris Olympics, Liberty head coach Sandy Brondello, who will coach the Australian national team again, doesn't think that that'll translate to viewers not watching the sport on the international stage. You've got to be kidding me. I mean, wow. That's dumb. That's incredibly dumb. Every single person that's been watching Caitlin Clark is not going to watch this Olympic basketball team now. And that we've talked about it. Again, 3 times the amount of viewers. Quote, "It's the Olympics," Brondello said before the Liberty defeated the Mystics 93-88 at Barclays Center on Sunday. I mean, geez, it doesn't get much better than that. It's the USA team. It could have gotten better. Caitlin Clark could have been on this team. They've won 70 and lost 3 games, so who do you kick out? That's a tough decision for the selection committee. It's not that tough. Again, it's capitalism 101. Do you want to grow women's basketball? Do you want to make it a popular sport in the United States of America? You put Caitlin Clark on the team. It's that simple. And again, there's statistical data out there as to where she's ranking in the league among some of those players that are on the team, and it's embarrassing because she's right there. You can make the statistical argument, the basketball argument, as to why she should be on the team. But the idea The utter lunacy that keeping her off this team is not going to affect the viewership? Are you kidding? The popularity? Nobody cares about this team. She just bragged. They've won 70 and lost 3 games. Nobody cares about that. Nobody's watching that. Nobody's been watching that. In fact, this could add to people literally tuning out that might have watched it. Seriously. Seriously. Wow. So that brings us over to this. Chelsea Gray made this team, right? Well, fans are dragging that selection because of the fact that this player has been out. However, what many believe is that she, Chelsea Gray, was selected despite being injured. With the Olympics just over a month away, many couldn't help but point out that her spot should have been given to Caitlin Clark. Seriously, this was some reaction. Quote, Chelsea Gray is still recovering from a leg injury with no timetable of return, so what's the point of making it to the USA basketball roster for the Olympics? There's a possibility she won't be playing this WNBA season. Caitlin Clark should replace her no matter what. Right there. Caitlin Clark may not be selected to the U.S. women's team, but she's probably an alternate. We don't know that. We haven't heard that. The player I want replaced, Chelsea Gray. She's still injured and probably will miss the Olympics. No timetable set. Really? Chelsea Gray, who is great and I have nothing against her, hasn't played since October. Yet she's still more deserving than Caitlin Clark, who's been battling on the floor nonstop for months straight, doesn't pass the smell test. Chelsea Gray isn't even playing right now. She's injured with no timetable for return. If you can have Brittany Griner on the team for social, political, agenda-driven reasons, you can have Clark on the team for growing and showcasing women's basketball. The selection committee is a joke. Sandy Brondello is a joke. And her comments, seriously, this is a reaction. This is the New York Post and that story we just talked about. Because it has no popularity, laugh out loud, people are clowning Sandy today. I'm not so sure about that. You want to bet? I believe they meant to say, quote, won't affect the sport's lack of popularity. Wrong. Laugh out loud. Okay. Yeah, its popularity will stay right where it's at. Exactly. Yep, no one will watch. Boycott. Women's basketball has been historically one of the least watched sports in the Olympics. Caitlin Clark's games this year have had the highest ratings in the WNBA in 22 years. Think what it could have done for the Olympics. Now, no one will watch as usual. Yes, it will. Hashtag boycott. What popularity? Laughing my ass off. Yeah, no, not at all. The viewership will be about 1/10 of what it would have been with CC on the team. I would have watched my first ever women's Olympic basketball. Now I won't. I won't either. It's that simple. They don't get it. It's not basketball. But Caitlin Clark people are watching. I only know Clark and Griner. This may be the best comment right here. From somebody that stands with the Ukraine. Okay. Oh, God, he's got a flag. Anyway, the comment still makes sense. I only know Clark and Griner. The only reason I know Griner is because when she got arrested in Russia. I don't watch the WNBA, but I'm interested in the Olympics. If Clark was on the team, I'd like to see what all the hype is about. I mean, wow. Wow. Oh, really? Caitlin Clark resuscitated the struggling WNBA after the way she has been treated by players and now been denied as a well-deserved spot on an Olympic team? Who would want to watch any WNBA games but hers? It's not a good look for the WNBA. It's not a good look for them or the selection committee that made this call. Again, of which the president of the WNBA, the league president, is on that committee. This coach is an idiot. It's like you can't pull up the news and pull up the league attendance and see how much she means to the league and to the popularity of women's basketball. I don't think it's going to affect it. I hope that's a company line. Be a company line, because the stupidity of that is off the charts. Wow. And yeah, it's probably Chelsea Gray's spot that Caitlin Clark should have right now. I mean, at least one could say, well, okay, Brittany Griner's a center. Caitlin Clark is a point guard / shooting guard. Chelsea Gray is hurt with no timetable to return. Why on earth would that not have been Caitlin Clark's spot? Again, Christian Laettner, by the way, made the dream team. There's precedent for this on the men's side. Dumb. It won't affect the popularity of the sport. All right. I mean, if you say so. I think it would have been maybe the most watched Olympic events that they would have been Caitlin Clark Team USA games. Her in that jersey and the marketability around that jersey. Hell, I might have bought a Caitlin Clark Team USA jersey. Wow. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.